Hey guys, I'm Zach Parmiter. Come on in as I take you on a walkthrough tour of this brand new home. Many of you have been following along with our construction series. The past 6 episodes have featured how this home was built, and all of your most popular comments will be addressed in today's tour. I love reading your comments, so be sure to leave them below and give us a thumbs up. Of course, be sure to subscribe because there are going to be more great videos like this in the future. Now let's get started on the biggest topic, and everyone wants to know about this kitchen. The layout of this home is perfect for entertaining. The open concept really lends itself from having a lot of people gather around. You can have up to 7 people sitting at the island, and this space can flow into the living room area. What's really nice about this island is that the cooktop is right in it. It allows you to face your guests while you're preparing the meal. And there's plenty of countertop space to be cutting up your veggies. For those of you that like composting, we also talked with the customer about having a disposal right in their sink. The sink that you're looking at is a granite sink. As you saw in the previous episode, episode 6, we showed how we supported the weight of this sink as well as the entire island. Not to be overlooked is this beautiful industrial looking faucet. The faucet is a matte black. We're seeing that become a very popular finish. And then the clients also wanted a hot water spigot. That way, whenever they make their morning coffee or tea, they have instant hot water available for them right away. Something to consider when you are entertaining is where you're gonna plug in all your crock pots and your Nescos. That's why it's really nice to be able to have a pull-up outlet, and you can plug in up to 2 appliances on there at one time. Considering that this whole island might be full of those, we also have another one on this side as well. You see, it's these little details that are important because a lot of times people end up putting their outlets on the side of the kitchen. They're usually routing out the cabinetry, and then you have cords hanging over the edge. Well, when you have a lot of grandkids running around, those cords can get caught. We don't want that to become a safety hazard. What I like about this too is the stainless steel ring around here, as well as the black, ties in with the rest of the appliances as well as the faucets. This refrigerator fits perfectly with the cabinetry. The cabinet designers at Golden Eagle make sure that all of your appliances have a guaranteed perfect fit. There's not even a gap at all between the refrigerator and these column boxes. Notice the detail on the column boxes. Those are fluted ends on there. We even have additional detail with moldings around this opening on the custom cabinet. The client wanted to be able to highlight items up there with some beautiful recessed lighting, as well as a nice interior. It's perfect for displaying Christmas decorations or really anything throughout the year. Most designs would leave this area open, but being right next to the front door, we thought this would be perfect for a drop zone. You could place your keys there. We also made really good use of this space by actually having pantry pullouts. Perfect for storing items just like onions, potatoes, and squash. There are many lighting sources in this kitchen. First, we have natural light coming in from both windows, as well as the natural light flowing in from the loft area. We also have a beautiful archtop window above that front entry door. Now for the lighting on the cabinetry, there's lighting not only above the wall cabinets, but also below. The clients chose to have their microwave in the base cabinets. That way they could set their hot dish into it and then they could bring it out instead of having it overhead. They also like the idea of keeping more flexibility in their wall cabinet space. Nobody wants cooking odors in their kitchen, and that's why it's important to consider the exhaust system. There are 2 ways to do it. Of course, you could have a range hood above, but the client didn't want to interfere with the open concept. So instead, they put the exhaust, which is a downdraft, into the base cabinet. Not only is it nice because it's used when you need it, but it's also stored out of the way when you're out of the kitchen. One of the fun things about building a brand new home are all of the new choices that you can make to improve your lifestyle. There are a lot of modern conveniences that can be taken into account. For example, your traditional oven would not only sit on the floor, but you would also have that hinge at the bottom. That way you'd need to step all the way out, bend over just to put something in there. Whereas this oven not only is set up higher, but you also have a double door that opens. You can pull your dish out of the oven, you can set it on the tray, season the dish, put it right back in. And then if you're trying to time your meal so that everything is ready at the same time, you can also use the warming drawer as well. It's perfect, and there are a lot of conveniences in mind with this kitchen. Another thing to consider is the large, extra large pot drawers, as well as extra large pot drawers over here. There's even a hidden drawer as well. There are plenty of more things to consider, and you can design your dream kitchen to be however you'd like it to be. Two more appliances I just want to touch on briefly. The dishwasher is right to the left of the sink, very easy for loading it up or unloading it. And also right next to the sink is the trash compactor. Trash compactor will serve also as a garbage. Speaking of that, this over here is the recycling center. It's really nice, it's out of the way. I'd be really curious what you thought of the appliances that we showed in the kitchen. Be sure to comment below. Before we leave the kitchen area, I wanted to show you how we extended it over to include this pantry. This is really nice with adjustable shelves. Notice the soft close on that door there. Not only are the doors soft close, but also the drawers. The perimeter countertops are a different type of material and color as the island. On the perimeter, that is a Corian, so solid surface. On the island, where it's going to get a lot more use, the client decided to use quartz. This is extra thick, really massive. It's a beautiful color. On the back side of the island, it is finished with cultured stone. Now let's talk island cabinetry colors. The cabinetry on the island is different than the perimeter cabinetry. This is a knotty alder, and the finish color is very similar to the finish color on the log walls. The perimeter color actually ties in some of those same elements. The worn edge on here is that darker, more rich color, not only tying in the island and the wall finish, but also the ceiling finish. The knots on the ceiling finish are that darker color as well, and then the surface on that ceiling finish is very similar in color to the surface on the cabinet. There are a lot of little details that we pay attention to when doing custom cabinetry design, such as adding decorative end panels. It's the little details like having base molding around the perimeter of the cabinets, or even having glazing in all of these grooves. It's these little things that really makes this home truly custom. As we leave the kitchen, we are in the focal point of the home, and that is the Prowl Wall with the fireplace as the heart of the room. The client wanted to center this fireplace as the primary feature. It is a wood-burning unit, puts out up to 89,000 BTUs, which is quite a bit. It could heat this whole space. A lot of features that accompany that. It is, of course, a sealed door unit. So this is wonderful. The hearth itself is a curved round hearth, very special, wrapped with the same stone that's on the rest of the chase. This also gives a little more clearance in this area, adds a little bit more detail. This chase actually goes all the way up to the peak. It's at 22 feet tall in the ceiling. You have 10.5 foot tall sidewalls. The wall itself, we call this feature wall a prow wall because it's actually shaped like the front of a ship, the prow of a ship. If a person didn't want the fireplace in the center and they wanted to open this up more for an incredible view, it'd be very common to place the fireplace as well as the TV on the side of the living room. Each side of the great room has an exterior door that heads out to the covered porch area. Above each door is industrial accent lighting. It looks beautiful, and it really ties in with the rebar balusters and even the metal handrail. The door hardware itself, it actually has the same forged finish and the hammered appearance that you see on the fireplace chase, as well as that custom mantle right above the fireplace. Heading up to the loft, it only gets better. The stairway is a custom timber frame stairway with timber treads and stringers. These were hand cut at Golden Eagle. If you want to see more details on the incredible craftsmanship, check out episode 5 to see how this stair system really came to be. It's absolutely amazing to see all the detail and craftsmanship that went into it. I like the look of edge-worn, which was done on the railings and the newel posts. It just gives it more of a rugged appearance. We even thought to put light switches right in the newel posts. That way they're available whether you're entering the loft or leaving. As you enter the loft, the details just keep getting better. The beautiful custom mortise and tenon joinery that's done on all of these timber trusses, built out of Douglas fir and finished with Golden Eagle's signature hand-hewn finish. It ties into the great elements of combining the round logs and the square timbers. We have round logs on the perimeter walls, square timbers on the timber accents. Even take a look at the curvature of these windows. They complement the curvature of the truss really nicely. A few more special things that tend to happen in loft areas are the inverted valleys that are created out of the roof systems that come together. It creates a really special little space for the homeowner to have their own little office. This is also a terrific getaway just for hanging out and having a little bit of private space. A really fun thing is the openings. You can actually look down below, or you can even see who's coming in the front door over on that side. The ceiling finish. This is that same ceiling finish that we saw on the lower level. You can see the circle sawn effect and the duotone of different colors. This looks rough, but it's actually really smooth. Also, we have terrific lighting in this space. We have uplighting that's accenting the trusses, creating really beautiful shadows, and different depths of the truss is nicely accented, as well as the hand-hewn finish on there. The ceiling fan is very special. It is more of a windmill effect and very appropriately sized for this room. I really like the matte black finish and how that ties into the rest of the hardware in the home. We of course have a much larger version of that fan over the great room area. Remember, our purpose of these fans is to reuse the heat of the space and push all that heat back down. That is going to move a lot of air. A lot of our clients really like having a loft. Lofts are a very flexible space, and they really lend themselves toward this type of home due to the large, tall ceilings. For me, I like being able to take a step back and take in all the beauty. When I was down there, I was surrounded by all the detail. When I'm up here, I can really step back and take it all in. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up below. There's a lot more to feature in this home, so let's head on downstairs and take a look at the master bedroom. As we walk into the master bedroom, you're going to be surprised to see that they decided to do a stone feature wall. How cool is this? It ties in perfectly with the log walls, and I think it is absolutely impressive. Very rugged, goes with the feel of the home. There's even more detail on this wall that you may not quite have noticed. The air return is actually a matte black finish, just like the door hardware, as well as the window hardware. Heading over to the perimeter wall, remember this is full log construction. A lot of people have questions about how to do electrical on full log homes. Take a look at episode 1. That's where we really get into the detail about that. Now what I really think is the highlight of this master suite is the bathroom. The master bathroom has dual vanities, one for a nice makeup prep area with really good natural lighting, a beautiful countertop, and this countertop was actually raised up to be a little bit taller than a standard top. This is the same height as your kitchen cabinets. This is an integral bowl, so there's actually no seam in between, making it easier to keep clean. The clients picked a matte black, more industrial looking faucet, and even the trim. This is custom trim, and they matched it with the same color that's on the log walls. The tongue and groove in this room. This is that same ceiling finish, but we have different pattern widths, and it's running vertically up the wall. The tile on the wall is pretty cool. It actually looks like a reclaimed barn board, but more of a whitewash tone. And that ties in perfectly with not only the ceiling finish, but the wall finish as well. They actually use some of that tile in the master shower, so it flows in there. Let's take a look at this. Even today's showers have some really neat features. We have a diverter on this shower where it will divert water to either the hand wash or the shower head itself, or both. Another great thing is you can actually set the temperature and leave it there, so it's at same temperature for the next time that you use the shower. Another great thing, considering aging in place, there is a grab bar right here. We also have a niche down there for someone to be able to set their foot up, as well as a nice shelf for, of course, your products in the shower. This is a beautiful space. I love having the glass doors. It brings in a lot of natural light. The glass doors have pulls on each side, allowing you to bring each door closer. That prevents your fingers from getting caught in between each panel. When it comes to the master bathroom, you always need to consider storage. With the clients, they like the idea of having their walk-in closet connected directly to the master bath. Another thing that we did is we inverted the base. The base cabinet has a drawer on the bottom, whereas usually there would be a false drawer right here because of the sink. Another thing to consider is a lot of people would generally have a little partition wall for a little privacy with the toilet. Instead, the homeowner actually has a pull-out cabinet, perfect for storing their essentials. There's even a wall organizer above the toilet, great for extra toilet paper or even extra washcloths. Even taking a look at this, the birds pecking that you see on top of this, it was intentionally requested by the client just so it would have more of a rustic feel. They wanted more of that rustic elegance in the home. And just because it's rustic doesn't mean that any detail or attention to perfection should be overlooked. Take a look at the way the base molding was done to wrap this edge. That is gorgeous. Most people would just cut that on an angle. That wraps it perfectly. As we leave the master suite, we have the thermostat right here. This is tied into the smart home system. It's really nice for the homeowner to be able to set different schedules. They could have the home be warmer during the day and a little cooler while they're sleeping at night. Or if you're away, you can also set different temperatures so that the home isn't heating while nobody's here. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to. We have a lot more videos just like this and a lot more homes that we'll continue to feature. As we head into the guest bedroom, we have these beautiful doors. These are shaker style doors, a shaker sticking, a reclaimed barn board. You can actually see the old nail holes in them. There's a lot of unique texture and depth to it, and it's been refinished, so it still has a smooth finish to it. This is actually the same color and finish as what you see on all the floors throughout the whole home. It's really nice, it all ties in very well together. It makes it truly one of a kind, very custom and unique. This bedroom is very similar to the caliber of the master bedroom with having a stone wall. Also, we have a walk-in closet with a really nice pocket door, the same reclaimed finish and 3-panel shaker style door as we had on the swing doors. Additionally, we have the same type of door in the ensuite bathroom. So we also have a pocket door over here. This is a pretty cool bathroom. We have a beautiful pedestal sink, plenty of surface area on both sides of it, beautiful Kohler toilet. The homeowners wanted to be able to tile their shower area and they wanted to still be able to see it. They didn't want it hidden by a curtain. We had suggested to have a glass wall that actually rolls right along a track. The track is pretty special. It's the same glass, so you can actually see through it. When you take a step back, it really opens up the space even more. We of course have the matte black faucets in there just to tie in with the rest of the home. There's even a grab bar over here on the side. It's not necessary yet, but it's good to consider aging in place and the things that you may need in the long run, or particular guests that come over to your home may prefer to have a grab bar there as well. Another really cool thing about this bathroom is the flexibility. It's not only for when you have guests, it's also accessible right from the entryway. Those are double barn doors. Did you notice that latch there? You can lock them from the inside, of course. These barn doors are the same reclaimed wood that we had on all the other doors, and the track itself glides so smoothly. This is not like your old-fashioned barn door. These are really state-of-the-art. They're better than ever before. There's beautiful wagon wheel hardware along that track as well. Let's head on over here. We have another double barn door system. This barn door is a bit different because there's some obscurity in the glass. The homeowners wanted to continue with a theme of having rain glass in here because not only is there that obscurity, but it also diffuses the light, bringing some softer light into this area. You've got to see this laundry room. There is a lot of thought here. We actually raised up the base cabinets so that the countertop could cover the washer and dryer. Of course, if you wanted the washer and dryer on pedestals and have them at a higher height, that's available as well. But the client really wanted to be able to have a window right here. That way they had the natural light while they're folding their clothes. It's even pretty special to see what was done on the wall cabinetry. It's brought down to the countertop surface. This allows some 12-inch deep drawers, as well as some really nice adjustable shelves in there. And even the base cabinetry has open shelving. That's great for a laundry wastebasket, and even just check out the lighting in there. You can't overlook those little details because, yes, the lighting lights up the cabinet, but it's also going to serve as great ambient light because there's someone else using this room, and that's the family dog. The dog was a high consideration for the homeowners. They wanted to, first of all, have a dog washing station. They also wanted the dog to have access to go outside. So we provided them with a door that has a dog flap in there, and it's a fenced-in area outdoors. It's perfect for keeping the dog safe and secure, and so that the dog could have the flexibility of using the outdoors whenever she'd like. Let's get into the dog washing station. I think this is one of the real highlights of this room. There are two types of faucets. We have a hand wash faucet, which of course is removable, and this is adjustable as well. You can't take that for granted. We also supplied the homeowner with a pot filler. What's great about that is it keeps things hands-free. And then of course, we don't overlook those little details like having a diverter in here, so you could have both of these on at the same time or one on individually. And of course, you can set the temperature and it'll be that same temperature when you bring in the water next time. As we head out of this room, I just wanted to bring some attention to the herringbone pattern. I think herringbone really lengthens out the space. And this is tile. It actually looks kind of like a reclaimed wood, but the tile is perfect for the space because this is where the dog eats its meals. So it keeps water and food off of the hardwood floor. Another thing that we had suggested is that it'd be good to consider ventilation in this room. With there being a dog wash right there, it'd be really nice if that was a fan, whether you're drying clothes or whether you just gave the dog a bath. Another detail that wasn't overlooked was the metal panel that goes on the back of these doors. Both doors are cased with this to prevent the dog's paws from scratching away at the nice wood. And we made sure that these doors could be securely latched. There's a lot of consideration in this space. First of all, there is a dedicated cleaning closet right off of the kitchen. Makes a lot of sense. You can grab your countertop spray right when you're done cooking in there. Also, having the mudroom drop zone right by the laundry room, that makes a lot of sense too. If the kids or grandkids come in and they're all full of grass or very dirty, you can easily drop off their clothes right in this space. You don't have to track it through the house. And of course, this here is a coat closet, perfect for the clothes that are gonna stay in storage off season. And of course, it makes a lot of sense to have coat racks with hangers on each side of this closet. It's kind of neat because we use false door panels, decorative end panels, to cap this off. It kind of hides the coats in there. Most mudroom, locker, drop zone areas would have open storage for the shoes. But with the dog in mind, we had figured, well, if you ever have a dog in its puppy years and it would be eager to find your shoes, it'd be wise to have a top hinging door where it hinges up, slides in underneath the bench, and then you can store your shoes away in there. Another great design consideration that we engineered into this home is that there is no step coming in from the garage into the mudroom. I think this is terrific, whether you are considering the mobility of your guests or simply bringing in a lot of groceries. Let's head down to the lower level. This home was built on a full-size foundation, so there is a full basement down there. You have the flexibility of finishing that off right away, or you could take care of portions of it, or do it all in the future. It's whatever you want. This homeowner decided that they needed to have a yoga studio down there, as well as a fully functional bathroom. So we made sure to take care of that right away. As we head downstairs, you'll see that the detail just goes on and on with the stair system. The wall finish is the same reclaimed planking that was used on the floors. It really looks neat. Also using timbers as the stair tread. Those are probably 5-inch thick timber treads, whereas your typical tread might be 1.25 inches at best. We often suggest that if you have a door at the bottom of the stair, unless you put some glass in the door, you're gonna be uncertain whether the light is on down there or not. So we had suggested, let's put glass in the door. We'll continue with the same rain glass that we have throughout the rest of the house. That way you can still be at the top of the stairwell and see if you accidentally left the light on. A lot of people don't consider what are you going to do at the bottom of the stairwell. Remember, this is still a part of the open space upstairs, so we want this to look good as well. So we had used the same reclaimed planking to build custom shelves and a custom cabinet area. That is attention to detail. Let me show you 2 more rooms down here in the lower level. And we are now in the yoga room. This room has a lot of flexibility because it could also serve as a guest bedroom. That's because it does have an egress window well. That window brings in a lot of great natural light, perfect for a space like this. This room was finished with Golden Eagle's pre-finished tongue and groove. We have many different color options to choose from, and they decided to also pre-finish the planking that's on their ceiling. And there is something special to consider there. Let me show you. When you're in the lower level, you have a lot of utilities that are in the ceiling. Those are utilities that are serving the rest of the house. You may need to access those in the future. That's why we suggest wood removable planking. It really gives you good access, makes it easy. If you had drywall up there, or some sort of finish that wasn't removable, you'd sure have a tough time getting access to those areas. Now let's go check out the bathroom. Even the lower level bathroom has the same high quality finishes that were used in the rest of the home, from the interior doors to the custom cabinetry. Even take a look at this sink. There's a drawer on the bottom down here as well as one up top. And this one is custom shaped to go around the plumbing for the faucet. And all the faucets are the same matte black finish that we had on the rest of the home. Even on the toilet itself, there's a black lever. I really think that the tub filler in here looks awesome. It's really heavy duty, looks beefy, perfect for this home. And there's another hand wash grab bar. Mention the diverter again. I mention it because these are things that shouldn't be overlooked. And I think a lot of times people don't even know that that's an option. At Golden Eagle, pretty much everything is available, and you really see that with this home. There's even a glass rail, just like upstairs, so you can really take in the beauty of this tile shower. The niche. When you build a brand new home, this niche can be whatever size you want, placed wherever you'd like, and really it allows you to have the custom shower, or in this case, tub shower of your dreams. The tub is extra deep, which is exactly what the homeowners wanted. They wanted to be able to soak in there. And then the tub itself is an acrylic unit, done in a biscuit finish that ties into the toilet as well as the sink itself. And I think it offers great contrast for the tile that's in the shower. That allowed them to use the same tile on the flooring, and it transitioned really nicely. Offering that contrast really gives your eye a place to rest in the room, so you can really pay attention to the detail on the walls and on the floor. There's one more thing to show you while we're down here, and that's the utility room. Let's go check it out. Central to the utility room is the boiler. It is fueled by natural gas. This boiler is heating the residential hot water, as well as the in-floor heat in the basement, and then even the in-floor heat in the garage, keeping it toasty warm this time of the year. Additionally, we didn't have to buy a furnace, because this is actually going to replace the furnace by using an air exchange. The hot water comes through the piping into the air exchange that heats up the air and then sends it out through the ductwork that's used throughout the rest of the home. As I previously mentioned, the homeowners have keyless locks on all of their exterior doors, but they did something different with this door and the one at the top of the stair. They had considered, well, they want a service person to be able to have access to only this area of the house, not the inside of the house. So these two doors have different codes than the rest of the home. That's perfect for when they do have someone come over to take care of something. Thanks to the radiant in-floor heat, this garage feels toasty warm. It's really nice in here, and the homeowners have thought to themselves, they want to be able to wash off their vehicles. That's why they're set up with a hot and cold water spigot. We also have corrugated wainscoting around the perimeter of the garage, just in case anything splashes up on the walls. There's also a drain right in the center. The garage really feels like a continuation of the rest of the home, because not only is it nicely finished off with in-floor heat, but there's also a lot of warming natural light. Just look at the feature wall in the garage itself. Not only does it look great on the inside, but it looks incredible on the exterior. It is topped off with a beautiful ultra custom timber truss with that hand-hewn finish and stone behind it to really accent it, just like the front of the house. No matter which side of the house you're standing on, it looks good from every angle. Take a look at this garage door. Not only is it insulated because of the heated space, but it's also extra wide and extra tall. It's 2 feet wider than standard, so it's 18 feet wide, and it's a foot taller than standard, making it an 8-foot tall door. That is a great consideration for fitting 2 very large vehicles in this space. And speaking of doors, take a look at this service door. It's actually very similar to a lot of the other service doors in the garage because it is a fiberglass door with a shaker sticking on it, and then we have a rain glass up top for privacy. Even taking a look at the windows along the perimeter of the house, these windows right by the covered porch do have shades in them for privacy as well. One more thing about this door is that it came pre-finished with gray on the interior and bronze on the exterior. Getting it pre-finished like that guarantees that you have a perfect finish and a terrific warranty. As we walk outside, we are underneath the wraparound covered porch. This goes around the entire perimeter of the home. It's really nice, especially on a day like today. We have a beautiful snowfall outside and there's no shoveling required. The walking surface is a high quality, premium grade wood. There are many species available as well as maintenance-free decking. Maintenance-free was a consideration for this homeowner, which is why they have the wraparound covered porch. And they really wanted the beauty of the wood for the walking surface. Speaking of maintenance-free, we did metal rebar balusters. That metal rebar is maintenance-free. Be sure to check out the previous videos to see some of the key considerations that we had in mind when installing those. The covered porch ceiling finish is a maintenance-free corrugated steel. There are many different options to choose from for different colors. I think that the industrial look of that corrugated steel, tied in with the metal rebar balusters and the industrial light fixtures, it all goes really well together. Notice these piers. The piers that the posts sit on top of are wrapped with a beautiful cultured stone. That stone was also used up in the gable, where it is accented by a beautiful timber truss. The stone is maintenance-free, of course, and there are a variety of other options that are available up there as well. Another thing to keep in mind is that is not just a generic truss. It was custom designed by the team at Golden Eagle with the homeowners. There are a variety of color tones on the exterior of this home, and the homeowners wanted to use the darker color tone to really accent that stain and draw some contrast with the stone behind it. That same idea of contrast was also applied to the trim around the windows and the doors, as well as the arch brackets around the covered porch. This home has a variety of round logs and square timbers. You'll see that on the wall here, they have large 12-inch double round hand-peeled logs, and they decided to use our saddle notch corner system. We have 5 engineered corner systems that a client can choose from, as well as a variety of log sizes, shapes, and peel styles. It was really convenient for the homeowners to be able to come to our design center showroom where they could combine all these different elements and see how they come together before the home is ever under construction. At Golden Eagle, we sustainably harvest all of these logs and timbers, which means for every tree that is harvested, 3 are planted in its place. As you take a step back, you can really see how it all came together. From the dramatic roof overhangs, to those custom timber trusses, and the beautiful industrial accents throughout the entire home. You really get a sense for the craftsmanship that went into building this home. Before we head back inside, I want to show you the incredible feature wall. A home like this really lends itself to blurring the lines between being inside and outside. This wall full of windows is perfect for being able to watch the wildlife during the day and the stars at night. One thing that is of course underestimated is the amount of beautiful natural light that it brings into the home. These are maintenance-free windows, and if you want to know all about the considerations and options that went into these windows, be sure to check out episode 2 where we went into great detail about a lot of great ideas and things that you should consider on your home. Something that the clients really liked about their timber trusses are that not only are they made out of Douglas fir, but they also have the traditional mortise and tenon joinery. This door is also made out of Douglas fir, and when you look at the joinery here, it ties everything together. It's those little details that really make this home one of a kind. One more thing about this door before we head inside, you'll see that we have rain glass in here for its privacy features. The homeowner had security in mind, so another thing that they did was a keyless entry that's tied into their smart home system. As well as that, we also have cameras around the perimeter of the covered porch area and on the property itself. I'm eager to be back inside by the warmth of this fireplace, because not only does it look good, but it also feels really good. This home was highly customized, and this is the norm for us. We have done over 5,000 homes since my grandparents founded the company in 1966, and there are currently over 100 homes under construction throughout the United States and Canada. So anything that you show us won't be a surprise. Let us know what your ideas are and get a hold of us. We'd love to be a part of your dream home. Hey guys, just one more thing. Be sure to subscribe. We're doing a lot more great home tours just like this in the future. In fact, we'll be hosting open house tours throughout the country and most likely near you. So be sure to subscribe as we continue to announce those in the future.